Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but I've been very busy, so I haven't had time to film. But I thought I'd come back and share some more information, especially during this time, because now's not the time to be losing money. So in this video I'm going to be talking about how to become a nail tech and what courses you need to become a qualified nail tech. So there's a bunch of different courses. We've got classroom courses, online courses, one-to-ones. I'm just going to tell you about which ones that will actually get you qualified, my experience with the different courses, because I've done different types, and what the best option will probably be for you. So the first one I'm going to talk about is classroom courses. So classroom courses, I would say there's two different types. There's the one that on average are about 1 to 5 days, and these often around £200, and these can often be accredited by ABT, Associated Beauty Therapists. I had to read that. So you can go to their website, I'll link it down below, and that will tell you a bit more what that's about. But that's like a specific accredited society type of thing, where it's highly recognized, even internationally. So yeah, those courses that are around that price range and around those days, like usually called like acrylic nail courses, or like yeah, they're usually called that. Sometimes they might be like acrylic or hard gel courses. They might be called different things. Sometimes it might include teaching you how to do mani and pedi. Sometimes it might not include that. It would just literally be acrylic nails. I highly recommend classroom courses more than online courses, just because obviously it's in person. When it's in person, you are obviously, someone can tell you when you're still doing it wrong, whereas if it's online and you're still doing it wrong and you don't know that you're doing it wrong, you have no one there to stop you. So I think it's much better to do it in person. However, I do know that sometimes in person classroom courses, you don't necessarily learn as much as you think you would. So you still have to go away and practice and, you know, do more research and try things for yourself. Sometimes it is just very basic knowledge that they give you and show you. However, it's still, in my opinion, better than an online course. It also gives you the opportunity to meet other nail techs, so like the teachers and that have been doing it for years, and other aspiring nail techs, so the people in your class. Sometimes they will keep the classes very small so that they can pay more attention to each individual person learning, so that can be quite good. So you get more attention, and you can also share your experiences with and get some knowledge from other nail techs as well. It'll also be good to like make connections, and it's always nice to have a nail tech friend, trust me. Someone to do your nails, you can do their nails. So it'd be nice to make friends, meet other people. You recommend looking for reviews. What's also important is to know whether it is a beginner course or you would already need some type of nail qualification, whether you need like a manicure qualification or you need to already be a nail tech to be on that course. It always specifies whether you don't need anything to be on that course or to get into it. So make sure you check that. The thing with the courses that cost around £200 and 5-day courses, these courses, although they are accredited, they're just accredited diplomas, and they only allow you to obtain insurance that can allow you to work at home or mobile. They won't really cover you well if you work in a salon, because salons typically want you to have a higher type of qualification. I'll talk about that a bit later, but yeah, I would only recommend it if you're going to be mobile or home-based. If you do find you can't find that it says it's accredited by ABT or any other type of accrediting body that will, awarding body accrediting accrediting society, you do need to check that it will allow you to obtain insurance, whatever like certificate they give you or accreditation they give you. You need to make sure that insurance companies will definitely accept it and they will provide you the insurance. It's important that you do get a qualification that allows you to get insurance, just because you need public liability cover. You need public liability cover. That's very important, just in case something happens, one of your clients accidentally get an infection, or you know, if they're coming to your house, it can also cover other things as well. So it's just very important, and you shouldn't be taking on clients that are paying you without this insurance. Another thing to look out for is if sometimes they are around £200, sometimes that's including VAT, well, VAT, sometimes it's not included in it. You also need to check for hidden costs like the kits. Sometimes the course will be £200, but then on top of that they'll include a kit cost that you have to buy from them. Sometimes that can be very expensive, so bear that in mind when you're comparing. I definitely think you need to compare and Google search thoroughly. Make sure you can get it, make sure it's accredited, make sure it's you can obtain insurance from that accreditation. Make sure, you know, the costs are not too high compared to other ones, and also check the class sizes. Find out whether you would decide whether you would prefer it to be a bigger class or a smaller class, and also find out about how it's taught, what you learn, how it's graded, how, like, what practicals you have to do, what, you know, what the theory is, how you would pass, and how long, you know, it takes for you to get the certificate. So you have those type of classroom courses, but then there's a big difference, because you will see when you do your Google search, you will see that there is those type of courses, and then there's the courses that cost way more, like over £1,000. Those are what you need for if you're working in a salon. And however, not necessarily. So let me just explain that. So basically, salons require a license to be able to do acrylic nails in them, because acrylic nails are classed as special treatments. So the council, so you can literally Google it, each council is might be slightly different, but each council will have a list of like qualifications that they require the nail tech or somebody in that salon to have in order for them to obtain the license for the acrylic nail service. So you can literally Google Google your borough and special treatments, and you'll get the list, and then you go down to acrylic nails, and it'll tell you the qualifications. It'll have about like 5 different qualifications that they will want as a minimum for that salon to be able to get the license. However, I have been told, I don't know if this is 100% correct, but I think it must be, because not everybody in that salon should be required to have an over £1,000 qualification just so they can get the license. I think as long as one person has that qualification and they can keep getting their license renewed via that person, then it's fine. So you might still be able to work there with the other type of qualifications, the diplomas, like the one I was previously talking about, as long as you've got enough experience. Sometimes salon job descriptions do list that they want these specific qualifications. So these qualifications that they require, for example, are awarded by VTCT, or their NVQs, or their City and Guild qualifications. There's a couple more, but those are the 3 main types you will actually find, because the other ones I couldn't find anywhere that did these type of courses. So yeah, those are the 3 main ones, and those are the most recognized anyways. So usually you will find that college courses give City and Guild qualifications and NVQ sometimes as well. So those are the type of qualifications that they are literally wanting you to have. So because these qualifications are kind of like college level qualifications, they are definitely more expensive, and they are literally cost around £1,500, and they tend to last from a couple weeks to months, sometimes even up to a year. Even though it's a long time, overall I would say having that type of qualification will make your life easier, just because if you were going from being home-based to working in a salon or a beauty room or something, or you most likely won't face problems when trying to go into that. But the one thing I will say though is there are actually some places, some beauty academies out there that do it for free, but there's only specific people that can get it for free. So if you, I can't remember all the details, but I'll list it down below. Yes, so you have to be, for example, there's specific people that are able to get it for free. You have to, I'm pretty sure you have to be like something under 25 or 23 or something like that, and something to do with your income. I actually can't remember, but I'm gonna list it down below what the requirements will be to get for free. So yeah, some of them are government funded, but it's very few. It was so hard for me to find even just one. I found two. I'm based in London, so I found two in London, but they were still very far away from me. So I actually went to Sitting Pretty Academy, which is all the way up in Chingford for me. So that's in East, almost Essex, but yeah, it's in East, and they are government funded. And there's another one not too far from them. I think it's in, what's that area? Leighton. But they are based in Leighton. However, their free classes were only held at the time, I don't know now, they were held in Southend, which is very long. So it's very long to get to. I would have almost gone there, but the dates didn't work for me. The days of the week that they held the course didn't work for me. So I went to Chingford. I don't know if these places still do it for free, just because of Corona and things like that, but you could call them up and find out. I'll list the list of all of them below, whether funded or not funded, and I'll put funded next to the ones that are. Online courses. Now, online, I have done one online course, and I'm pretty sure it was very rubbish. It was just information I could find on Wikipedia. So simple. So it gave me a bit about nail anatomy, a bit about, you know, how to carry out the procedure for like a manicure, it just talked about it. It literally didn't give me any help or any knowledge that I didn't kind of already know, apart from the different names for around the nail, the different names of like the nail structure. Apart from that, they didn't really give me any more information I didn't already know. It was like £25. Honestly, I thought it was a waste of my money after I did it, after I got it. The only reason why I did do it at the time was because it was saying that it would give me CPD points. So CPD points is continuing professional development. They also told me that I would be able to get insurance through them. Well, I would be able to get insurance with that qualification, which I don't think... Well, they gave me a link to one company, which I think was the company that they work with. So yeah, I don't think if I went elsewhere, they would have accepted CPDs. They most likely want an ABT accredited qualification. So, and the insurance company that they did provide me with seemed kind of expensive. So I don't recommend doing anything that gives you a CPD accreditation unless you already have a nail qualification. So I had to go out and come back. So if you're wondering why I don't look as nice anymore, it's because I've sweated out my makeup and my hair's bigger. But yeah, anyways, let me get back to what I was saying. So I would just advise to find out what your borough requires, whether you do want to do the more high qualification, the higher qualifications such as the VTCTs and the City and Guilds and the NVQs. If you think it's worth £1,000, because it's not easy to find somewhere that has funding. So I would really recommend this if you know that you're going to be doing nails for a long time, if you are paying for it. So yes, you have online courses that I think most online courses can be very basic and will just give you theory and maybe like 1 or 2 videos. There might be some that do have more in-depth videos. I think the Beauty Academy would probably be better than the one that I personally did, because it was just some cheap deal that I saw just advertised somewhere randomly. Actually, no, someone recommended it to me just so I could get insurance. However, I don't recommend doing them just because no one is there to tell you if you're doing it wrong. No one is there to correct you and things like that. So, because they can also be around the same price as the 5-day courses or the 1-day course. So I don't see why you should do that. But sometimes they can be under £100 and things like that. But only do an online course if it's going to give you some type of accreditation that can allow you to obtain insurance. So one-to-ones are good because if you see someone's work who you like and you aspire to be like them as a nail tech and they offer one-to-ones, it's nice to get information directly from someone whose work you've seen and you like what they do and stuff. However, I do think there is a downside to them because most of the time you're not going to get accreditation or any type of accreditation. They might give you a certificate, but a lot of the time that certificate's not going to mean anything, unless it's accredited by an awarding body. So just bear that in mind. And sometimes it can be exactly the same price or even more. Some people charge more for 6-hour one-to-ones for 2 days than you would pay for the online course or even the 5-day course, whereas you know that you're at least getting a diploma with those ones, whereas this you're just getting some one-to-one advice from a nail tech whose work you like. However, obviously they are charging that price for a reason, because they're taking time out of their days where they could be taking clients. They obviously got high quality work, and sometimes they teach you way more than a class, the other type of classes and the online course. However, as I said, it's not accredited, so that is the downside to it. Also, you need to bear in mind that everyone is a great teacher. Just bear that in mind. So, but I think it's good to speak to another nail tech, but also bear in mind that a lot of them sometimes forget what it's like to be a beginner nail tech. So if you can find someone who's been doing it for a while but not too long, I feel like they would be able to relate to you more and understand your questioning than someone who's been doing it for years. Find someone who's affordable. Sometimes I think it's good to maybe do 1 day with a one-to-one 1-day session with someone and go away and practice everything they said, and then maybe do the 2nd day with them. I think that would be better than just doing 2 days with them. Before you go, you should have a list of questions as well to get them to answer. Because it's one-to-one, it's a bit more personal. You can ask them anything you want about you know, how they find their job, what it's like a day in the life of a nail tech and things like that. So yeah, one-to-ones can be fun. Get to know someone whose work you've seen online, and then you get to meet them. Try and see if they've posted any other classes and tagged whoever is taking that class. Maybe ask them for their advice as well, just so that you're not wasting your money. So as I said before, not everyone can teach well. So bear that in mind. I did kind of rush this video, but I hope that's enough help. Any questions, just comment below and I'll answer them when I get the chance to. But I hope that made it a bit more clearer, because nobody talks about this. I don't know why. I had to go through trial and error to find out like how to get where I am right now and get the qualification that I had right now. If I didn't mention before, I do have a level 2 nail technology qualification with City and Guilds. So yeah, it took me a long time to find anywhere that was doing that would accept me, where it would be free, because I did not have over £1,000 to spend on a nail course, and I was this close to doing one of those 5-day ones. But I knew that I wanted to work in a salon, and because I don't have anywhere where I could be based at home, I don't want to do it from my room. I don't think that's professional. So I knew that I was always going to be in a salon or in a beauty room or hiring somewhere. So usually, especially like if you're just in a beauty room or if you're somewhere else, they require a license, and if you're the only nail tech, you have to have that qualification that the council needs. So yeah, it was hard for me to find that, and I went through, you know, I had to take time off working and then take time out of the weeks to go travel up to East London every day from South London in traffic just to get this course. But the plus side, it was free, so I can't complain, because it gave me a higher qualification than the 5-day courses or the 1-day courses, and I didn't pay, so let me not complain. But yeah, I was actually that close to doing one of them, because I thought that would be enough at the time. I googled, I YouTubed, I did everything to find out how do you actually become a nail tech in the UK, because I realized in America, I'm pretty sure they have to like go to school for it and stuff like that. And I hear a lot of them in their videos say, I went to nail school, I'm in nail school, I did this, I did that. Where I was like, here, what do you have to do? And I could only find like one video, and she was just like, how you can become a nail tech for £30. And I guess it's true, but you might not have the correct qualification to get you insurance, which is the most important thing to be able to charge clients. So yeah, so you're covered, so the client's covered. It's important to have that, so it's not just about a £30 course with just the e-certificate. It's more about, you know, what you're going to do, the insurance, where you're going to be based, how serious you're going to take it. So I hope this helped. I know it's a bit rushed, but as I said, I'll answer any questions down below. So thank you for watching.